Hello, today we're going to do an introduction video to assessment ratings in Waltz. This will be part of a series of videos discussing what assessment ratings are, how they're being used, and also from a technical point of view how they are captured within the database.
So assessments are used to capture additional metadata against entities in Waltz. It's supported on a wide variety of the entity types, so you can do it against applications, change initiatives, flows, even down to data types on flows. Quite a lot of the entities in Waltz now support assessments on them. So an assessment at its core is effectively an enumerated set of values which can be chosen. So you can have simple ones like yes/no type assessments, or you can have more complex ones, such as data criticality or environment locations. There's a huge range of these things that are used within Waltz. We look at this diagram here. This sort of shows you the main entities involved to give you a feeling. So we have the assessment rating itself, which is basically the thing that binds the entity and a rating scheme item, and the assessment definition. So the assessment definition might be something like criticality, the entity would be an application, and the rating scheme item might be extremely critical. Going one step further down, each assessment definition actually defines what set of possible values it may take that enum I mentioned earlier through the set of rating scheme items it's associated with, and also the applicability of the assessment itself. What type of entities does it support? So in here we'd expect the example I just mentioned to say applications, but they can cover a wide variety of different kinds.
Okay, so where do we go to see assessments in Waltz? First of all, we can see it from the entity page that we've aligned assessment definitions to. So in the case of Butterfly 20, an application, we go to that page. We can see in the overview the favourite assessments we've picked for this entity kind. So we see some here where we have a single value for information classification, and even sometimes multiple values for legal entity region. So it's worth noting some assessment definitions, as part of the definition, we can say whether only one value, only one rating can be assigned to it, or whether we can choose to pick multiple ratings for that assessment definition. To see the full list of assessments aligned to applications, we can choose to open a section either using the More button or through the nav bar on the left. We open up Assessment Ratings. We can now see the full list of assessments that we can give to this application. One other place we can go to find ratings or view ratings in Waltz is from an aggregate point of view. For example, the only org unit of this application. From this page, again, there's a section in the overview which breaks down each of those different definitions for assessments, the outcomes that we have. We can also see them within report grids. So if we open the report grid section, it's up to the user to define the structure of a report grid, but you can choose to add assessment definition columns. And in this example, we can see a couple of columns have been added that show assessment ratings. First of all, the legal entity region we've already seen, which is a multi-valued assessment, and we see both the different rating names and the different rating colours for this assessment. We also see sanctions apply, and in this case this is a single valued assessment. And again, we see both the name and the ratings, but you'll see that doesn't break down into multiple different values.
Assessments support a wide range of permissions. Some of them are just marked purely as read-only, typically because we're reading the value in from another system and just viewing it in Waltz. And some of them are more controlled in terms of who can do them, and that can be done at one of two levels. The first is a simple role-based approach, where a user can be assigned a role, either a custom one or one of the built-in ones, and that would then apply to any entity. So if you were put down as an administrator, then you would be able to set that assessment for any entity or any valid entity because you have the role globally. There's also a permission framework in Waltz where you can be more fine-grained, where you can define some more tighter rules, which are usually based off involvements. So those are more of the sort of custom roles which are on a per entity basis. So you can say only the application owner can update this assessment for that particular entity, or the change initiative owner. Those are all supported out the box, and we'll see when we get onto the administration part of the video how that can be achieved. Thank you very much.